Greetings, Neon here. Today we're going to be having a look at modifying some animations. I've had a few problems today since the update to latest Unreal Engine, so I've had some crashing going on, but hopefully we can get through some of this without any problems. First thing we've got is the character's already in the scene. We're going to load in preset animation sequence data. I had to reset all of my window layout as well today, so I've got to reorganize everything there. And of course everything's in a different order as well. Let's stick it in animation mode. Right, I'll tell you what, let's go. Should have got all this ready before I started. There. Right. Animation details, I can crack on up there as well. Right, here we go. So first we're just going to drop in the nade mesh to use with the character. So we've got a grenade. Use the high explosive grenade. Drop the skeletal mesh into the scene. Details panel. Center that. And then we'll add that into the sequencer. And once that's in there, I can then attach that to the character. So we've got our weapon socket on the hand. So that's the default position. So what we're going to do is grab this is what I wanted. A previous animation I've already made for the HE. So we'll go for the pin removal. We'll start there. Drop that in. Set the length of the animation. So we've got that. Then what we're going to do is, rather than have the hand move all the way back, I'm going to keep it closer to the front of the screen so it's visible in first person. What I also need to do is create a control rig for the nade so we can animate the pin pull. So the moment you saw the pin doesn't come out of the nade. So a modular control rig for that. Then we'll add a couple of attachment points to the nade so we can animate the pin. It doesn't have a skeleton, that's a good start. So I'll have to come back and create that later. Right. Let's just compile and save that for now. Right, so hand comes out. What we're going to do is bake that animation onto a character control rig, so we can start modifying what's going on. first thing I need to do is just attach the weapon bone that the nade's attached to. I'm going to repurpose that to the hand. So when I start moving the hand around, it takes the nade with it. So delete those animation keys. And we'll parent that to the hand. So that nade that's attached to the weapon socket will now follow when I move this hand around. So what we're also going to do is look at where this hand goes after it's pulled the pin out. It goes all the way back. So we probably don't need all of this animation. Probably shorten it up a little bit. Let's just go and have a look. Actually, I've got another idea. What I'm going to do, I'm going to steal the animation I did for the Mark II frag. So let's get rid of this. Start again. Down here, just have a look at the Mark II I did earlier. Bit of a Blue Peter statement. Here's one I made earlier. If you're outside the UK, you won't know what Blue Peter is. So I'm going to get the Mark II. Losing the plot. Need to get the hand size first. Right. It's a problem, you can't think and record at the same time. So we want pin removal. Let's stick that in there. Bake that to the control rig again. Get the frame at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is just remember, because the Mark II nade is smaller, I need to get the hand position from here and save it for when I repurpose the Mark II animation. So I'll grab all of the right hand finger controls. And we will have a look at some poses. Just stick that in there as well. Right, so we want to create a pose, and we'll call this HE and hand right. So got that, we'll save that just in case it crashes. Don't want to lose that. Right, so that's the 19 hand controls saved. So we'll use that to overlay on the other animation. So we can go to this control rig again. Remove that animation. Switch over to the Mark II. Pin removal. So there we go, so that's a shorter animation, because that one just pulls back closer to the chest rather than going all the way back. I didn't get a nade position. Need that position as well. Okay, try again. Second time lucky. Third time lucky even. We'll stick that in there. To control rig. So we need all of of the right hand and that, and we need the weapon point as well. Okay, so we've got the hand position, all of the bones, and the position of the weapon. So we will create that pose again. Save that. Delete the old one. Right, and we're off. Pin removal. Stick that in there. Bake it to the control rig. Right. So we'll get all of the keys for the right hand. And delete those. We'll select all of the controls. And what this will do, this should reposition all of the fingers now to match a different size nade. So take that, so we've got 19 controls selected, so we'll just pose the fingers first. So that's the thumb brought in. Then we want the weapon point right. And we'll paste that one in. So we've got the nade in the right position. So now that's in. We need to remove the keys for the weapon point and attach that to this control. And that should now, hopefully, yeah, so all the fingers in the right size, the nade stays in position as the hand moves. Right, so that's that animation, stolen from the Mark II and updated to fit the HE. So we'll bake that one out to a new animation. What's that called? So that would be called HE. HE pin removal. Going on the G9. And we'll give it a different name, so I'm going to have to replace the existing one and then I'll change the names afterwards. So that's exported. So next we need to update, so that's pin removal. Pin throw idle. Oh, I should have kept that. Let's go back in here. So pin throw idle is when that's at the end of the sequence ready to go. So what I can do is just take the last couple of frames of that and bake it out as a separate short animation. bake that out as HE. What was it called? Throw idle. That's 2 animation points done. So I've got the pulling the pin out, the standing idle ready to throw the nade. So what I should do before we throw, so I need to get the hand position for the nade again here. So I need to save this separately because the frame needs to be in the same position as the start of the throwing animation, because these sometimes apply in world space. So we'll do the same thing again. Select all of the parts I need to position. I don't think I'll need the hand, but I took it before, so I'll take it again just in case. Take the weapon point. And we'll create and use as hand right. I'll delete these later, I only need them temporarily, so I'll create that one as number 3. Now I think I've finished with this one. Get rid of that. Stick everything back to 0. Oops. Right, throwing is going to be a longer animation, so mark 2, throw idle, throwing. Just stick that one in. Find the end of the animation. So that's that. Okay, so we'll go back again and bake that animation to the control rig so we can edit it. And same process, we're just going to go through and delete the keys for the animation frames and then overwrite them again. So the easy thing with this is because the fingers don't move once they're gripping the nade for the most part. Well, we'll need to, where are we? Yeah, so there's the release up there. So I might want to delete all of the hands. So we'll do the weapon point first. Open Control right, clear those out. Don't want to parent it yet, actually. I need to load in the position to move the nade up in the hand. So that's that one. Save that in case we crash. Right, so let's put the nade in the right position again. Now I can attach that. So you have to set the position first and attach afterwards. Because if I attach it to the arm and then try and move it, sometimes it goes a bit funny. Okay. Right, now for the fingers. So we're going to remove, set new finger positions up until it starts letting go. See what frame that is. Right, so there the fingers are opening to throw the nade. So frame 9 it starts opening. So we can take out from frame 8. From there. Fingers, that one. Right fingers, so they'll get repositioned. Actually, I think it was only the thumb that moved anyway, but doesn't hurt to take everything. And I need to paste it back in there. So if I left this, what it does over the course from the first frame to frame 9, it starts opening the fingers up, because it basically does a linear move change in between, so I need to fix the fingers at both ends. So that's there. And they start opening, and that's when the nade will disappear and throw off into the distance. And then we will put the fingers back before it picks up the second nade to throw. So all of those can be removed, and it will blend back in from about there. Right, I think that's probably done it. Let's go from the idle position and throw in the grenade. Although, yeah, that is. So we'll bake that out. And now that's modified. One, start there. Bake animation sequence. So this is the HE throwing G9A. So they've all been saved in here, so we'll save those so we don't lose them. It's a thing with this, because sometimes it's stable for weeks and other times it gets crash happy, so same as when you're editing Word documents and things, always helps to save regularly. So we can clear that out. Save that, we're finished with that for now. So we'll go and find our HE nade, the existing animations, and we'll drop these 3 into there. So just to get a comparison, show the difference of what we're changing from and to. So I've got my HE nade and the Mark II nade. Down to volume. So that's the two nades. So at the moment, when you throw the HE, you notice that the hand goes off screen. Out of view, and it throws. And also the left hand doesn't pinch when it's holding the pin. If I change to the Mark II, stays on screen. Oops. Don't cook your nades for too long is the moral of the story. One, two, three. Epic fail. Right, so that's what we're going for. Characters vanished. Good old Epic. So where are we? First person animations, pin pull. So we've got the montage with the existing pin pull, and we want to go for HE pin removal G9A. So it's the shorter one. Save that. Throw idle. The good thing about just changing the animations in the montage is I don't have to go through the weapon blueprint and update them all. I'm throwing. And let's do that for the third person as well. Use different montages because the settings are different. So you can use the same animation, you just have to use a different montage setup. I need to get myself some glasses. Pin removal. Save that. Throw idle. Actually, I didn't check all this is recording okay, so hopefully it's coming out sufficiently well for you all to hear. So actually, I'll just explain. So what the throwing animation we've got here is the one that we do the timing. So we've got some notifiers, start and stop. So I've set this up essentially so when the hand is throwing, at that point when it releases I set a notification and that triggers off in the code to tell the nade that's in the hand to disappear, because we're spawning essentially a bullet grenade to then throw and explode. It's not the actual mesh that's in the hand that flies away. And then as the hand comes down next to the attach point, it tells it to make it visible again, because it's essentially picking up the next nade. Or if you've got no ammunition left, it doesn't put anything back. It stays invisible. Sort of pins and needles now. Right, so they're all in. So if I check, you should find that the HE also, yep, stays in front of screen. There we go. Stop that. So what I'm going to do now is just rename the animations. So we've got our weapons, grenades, harsh environment, heavy explosive even. Right. So the standard one. Pin removal will back that up in case we need it another day. And that will end up going in our animation archive. In there. And that one. G9 old. Throw idle. Because you never know when we might need these, so I'll keep them for a couple of months, and if they're not needed, then they should be deleted from the project. So old and old, I can go in there for a rainy day, and then I can rename these back to standard. Only got the G9 on the end, so I know the difference between those and the G3 animations. Yes, I think that's it. Animations updated for the HE, so that's the two, the HE and the frag, both sorted. Yeah, hopefully that was informative, and see what we come up with in the next log. Ta-ra for now.